was asked to evacuate her farm, as hundreds of thousands of Arabs left their farms because the Arab armies told them, you must evacuate. After we cleanse the land of the Jews, you can return to your homes. I don't need the United Nations to come educate me about anything, because my grandmother is an eyewitness and she gave me her experience. This is what they told her. This is why she left her farm, because she was afraid to get caught up in the war. And the Arabs lost the war, and my grandmother never returned back to her farm. But you know what's amazing? My grandmother started her life again in the village of Bir Zayt near Ramallah, and was able to start over and be very successful, sent all her children to get education. And what's remarkable about her? She never spoke anything bad about Israel. She never used the term Nakba. She never used the term occupation or colonialism. For her, it was a loss, and I think deep in her soul, she knew that the Arab armies misguided the entire population, Arab population. They weren't Palestinians at that time. So when we talk about Nakba, catastrophe, whatever they want to name it, it's just a concept. Who's responsible for that, in my opinion? The Arab arrogance.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Mossab is a brave man, and I would love to speak to his grandmother. I don't know if she's still alive. But what a crazy story that is. To then have, I don't know whether it would be a son or a son-in-law that was a co-founder of Hamas, and then the grandson who's now supporting the cause of Israel. But let's be clear, Mossab is validating and exposing the truth that so many want to deny. The conventional wisdom, we're told, is the Jews came to land and ripped out the Arabs, the indigenous Arabs, from their land. And that's what Israel is, a rogue terror state. Actually, the Jews always maintained a presence there since their last kingdom 2,000 years ago. They slowly returned in greater numbers in the 1800s. By the mid-1800s, Jerusalem was majority Jewish, and their return was all done through legal purchasing. And then, after the Holocaust, the United Nations voted to partition the land. Well, they said, let's re-establish a Jewish state, and we'll create another Arab state, even though there's never been an Arab state there before. But there was no displacement that occurred, no great mass displacement that occurred. When did the displacement occur? When the surrounding Arab armies said, we cannot accept and tolerate a Jewish state. Even if it's half the size that Israel is today, a tiny slice of nothing, we don't care. We're getting rid of the Jewish state because it's an affront to our honor. It's an affront to our Islamic supremacist, supersessionist philosophy of how the world is meant, how history is meant to unfold.